In a world that is loud, fast, and constantly seeking attention, there exists a powerful yet understated principle. Work hard in silence and let success make the noise. This message is not merely about staying quiet, it's about building something so deeply authentic, disciplined, and purposeful that the world eventually cannot ignore it. The philosophy of working hard in silence goes against the grain of today's culture, where social media encourages instant gratification, validation, and performative progress. Instead, this philosophy calls for a return to the roots of internal drive, spiritual growth, and resilience forged in solitude. It demands a mindset that prioritizes results over recognition, process over praise, and patience over publicity. And at the heart of this mindset lies a timeless truth. Success isn't created when people are watching. It's forged when no one is. This core message, often delivered in stirring speeches by Denzel Washington, Eric Thomas, and countless other motivational voices, speaks to the quiet warrior within each of us. To work hard in silence means to reject the need to broadcast every step of your journey. It means letting go of the obsession with being seen, liked, shared, or praised. Instead, it focuses your energy inward, on the effort, the discipline, the grind, and the sacrifice. Social media has created a culture where people share their goals before they've even started working on them. But this can be dangerous, as psychological studies show that announcing a goal publicly can create a premature sense of accomplishment, tricking the brain into believing the work is already done. Working in silence protects your momentum. It keeps your ego in check. It allows you to fail privately, learn deeply, and evolve authentically. It builds inner strength, self-trust, and the resilience needed to overcome adversity when no one else is clapping for you. This silent path is lonely, yes, but it is also sacred. It is the crucible where greatness is born. The greats throughout history, whether in sports, science, business, or the arts, didn't become great by seeking attention. They became great because they fell in love with the process. They showed up when no one else did. They trained in the dark, obsessed over the details, and bled for their craft long before the spotlight found them. Think of athletes like Michael Jordan, who would stay after practice to shoot hundreds of extra shots, or Kobe Bryant, whose infamous 4 a.m. workouts became the stuff of. Silence is not weakness, and not passivity. In fact, it is a powerful declaration of self-belief. When you choose to work in silence, you're saying to the world, I don't need your validation. I believe in myself enough to keep going without applause. That level of inner confidence is rare, and it's magnetic. When your focus is locked in, your energy becomes intense. People begin to notice your results without you ever saying a word. You become undeniable. But the path to that point is full of tests. You'll question yourself, you'll face doubts, you'll wonder if the silence means failure. But silence is not a sign of absence, it's a sign of incubation. Like a seed beneath the soil, your dreams are growing, the roots are forming, and when the time is right, the results will bloom, and they will speak volumes. Denzel Washington's speeches often anchor around this theme, not just in motivational events, but in his own life. He speaks about how every role he takes on, every performance he gives, is the result of deep preparation, reading, studying, rehearsing in solitude. His success isn't accidental, it's engineered through relentless effort away from the public eye. In one of his most viral speeches, he talks about the discipline required to chase your purpose. He reminds us that ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Why? Because ease breeds complacency. Hardship, on the other hand, sharpens you. When you're alone, tired, discouraged, and still show up, that's where you separate yourself. That's where the silent worker wins. You don't need people to see the pain, the struggle, the grind. Let them see the results. Let them feel the impact. And that impact becomes so much stronger when it's built on integrity. Working hard in silence forces you to confront your character. Without an audience, without likes or followers cheering you on, you are left with the truth of who you are. Do you quit when no one is watching? Do you cut corners? Or do you hold yourself accountable regardless? True integrity means doing the right thing, the hard thing, even when there's no reward in sight. That's what working in silence builds. It builds honesty with yourself. It removes the mask. You can't pretend in silence. You either do the work or you don't. You either rise or remain. And that's where transformation begins, not in public, but in private. Another reason silence is powerful is because it allows you to focus. Noise is the enemy of clarity. Every time, and that focus is what creates momentum. It turns weeks into months, months into years, and years into legacy. Silence is also where creativity thrives. When you're not performing for others, you begin to explore your ideas more freely. You're not thinking about how it will look, you're thinking about how it will feel. You're not working to impress, you're working to express. Some of the most groundbreaking inventions, artistic masterpieces, and world-changing ideas were born in solitude. Think of Steve Jobs working in a garage, Einstein scribbling theories in notebooks, or authors writing novels late into the night. None of them had an audience in the beginning. They had curiosity, obsession, and commitment. They had silence, and they used it to build something timeless. Working in silence also builds emotional maturity. You stop seeking constant reassurance. You learn how to motivate yourself. You begin to take ownership of your journey. Instead of blaming others for your lack of progress, you start asking, what can I do better? That shift in mindset changes everything. It puts you in control. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You stop asking for permission and start giving yourself the green light. And even when you fail, and you fail forward. You learn, you adapt, you come back stronger. That resilience, that grit, that relentless self-mastery, it's all born in the silence. And then one day, after years of consistent effort, the world starts to notice. The silence breaks, not because you spoke, but because your work speaks. The business you built quietly takes off. The skills you sharpen privately lead to promotions, recognition, and financial freedom. The body you transform through countless unseen workouts becomes an inspiration to others. The mindset you developed in solitude becomes your superpower in public. This is what it means to let success make the noise. The world hears the echo of your discipline. They feel the energy of your authenticity, and they respect it because it wasn't built overnight and it wasn't built for show. But here's the key. Even when the noise comes, stay grounded. Don't let success make you loud. Let it make you even more silent, even more focused. Because the process never ends. There's always a new mountain, a higher standard, a deeper level of growth. The silent worker understands that mastery is a lifelong pursuit. They don't stop when they win, they simply raise the bar. They stay humble, stay hungry, and stay hidden. Not because they fear the spotlight, but because they revere the work. Working hard in silence is a rebellion against ego. It is a rebellion against mediocrity, distraction, and external control. It is a return to the soul. It is the warrior's way, the path of those who build quietly, bleed privately, and rise undeniably. It is not an easy path. It will test you. It will isolate you, but it will also transform you. And when your moment comes, the world will ask, where did this person come from? They won't know the hours. They won't know the tears. They won't know the sacrifices, but you will. And that's what makes it beautiful. In the end, work hard in silence is not just advice. It's a philosophy. It's a way of living, thinking, and growing. It challenges you to become obsessed with progress, not praise, to pursue excellence, not exposure, to lead yourself before you ever try to lead others. It teaches you to stay disciplined, even when it's boring, to believe in yourself, even when no one else does, and to trust the process, even when the results aren't visible. Because when you stay in the shadows long enough, you eventually shine in a way that no one can deny. And when that happens, when success finally makes the noise, you'll smile quietly. Not because the world is finally clapping, but because you already knew. You knew all along that silence was never empty. It was full of work, full of purpose, and full of power.